Well, hello, boys and girls. Hopefully, this natural light. I need natural light. Hello, boys and girls. I'm going to go over each playoff series now after their home games have been played. While the teams with the highest seeds home games have been played. Kind of talk a little bit about like who I predicted to win and stuff like that. This is my NHL Pearls of Wisdom. If you didn't know, I don't know how you haven't been watching it, but if you haven't, that's criminal. It's criminal that you would not be watching this. Jaime's Body Lube, it's the best there. I said it. If you need to know more about Jaime's Body Lube, just look it up online. It'll tell you everything you need to know there, sort of. Anyways, just lost my mind there for a second. Do you see that? I just kind of lost my mind. Anyways, let's talk about the series up till now. The Penguins Flyers, which are on right now over here by the Lube dispenser, the TV, the Penguins are up 4-1. And I've been watching this series. I predicted that if I predicted an if here. I said if Murray was playing on his game, Penguins win the series fairly handily. If it evens up and Elliott plays really well and Murray doesn't play his best, I took Philadelphia. Here's the thing with the Penguins. The Philadelphia Flyers have been outplaying them occasionally, not as much as they need to win this series. They're not going to win. Elliott hasn't been playing bad, but he's not going to steal you games. And Murray has been playing well. As long as Murray's playing well, the Pens are going to continue rolling here. I wanted to mention, I did mention somebody when I did my last video that I should have, and that was Kessel. Kessel is the X factor for this series, and just for the Pittsburgh Penguins in general. He never gets enough credit for how good of a player he is. He's goofy. He does things differently than other people, and he's kind of a class clown. But even on the ice, but the guy's a winner when it comes right down to it. And I basically see things continuing as they are. I still think the Flyers could take another game here, but as long as Murray's playing like he is, they don't have a chance. Jets and Wild, this is quick. The Wild, it looks, without Suter, it looks like now maybe Dumba's out. They've got guys like, what was his name? Seeley? I can't even remember his name. Now, if I can't remember names on people's lineups, it means that they're getting thin, and they are very thin. The Jets' offense is just way too much for them. I see this being a sweep. The Blue Jackets versus the Capitals. I haven't been able to watch much of this series, but it seems to be going pretty much how I thought. Now this is only after one game. The Blue Jackets, it's going to be probably 6 to 7 games. I believe the Blue Jackets will win, and the reason why is because, well, first of all, if they're not, Capitals got to go with Holtby. Grubauer is just not the guy. Holtby is your guy. You paid him. Play him. Grubauer is not good enough to be playing the Blue Jackets, to be beating the Blue Jackets, for the love of God. And Holtby has shown that he can be. He may be injured, though. My thinking is that Holtby is injured, and that's the reason why we're not seeing him in this series. That being said, without Holtby, or unless Grubauer goes crazy, I think the Blue Jackets will keep on going the way they are. I picked them to win, and I'll continue on going that way. The Golden Knights versus the Kings. I predicted the Golden Knights to win. That was before I knew that Jake Muzzin wasn't going to play. I thought he was going to play. But without Jake Muzzin, Doughty was injured the last one. They were out with Doughty. They were out with Muzzin, and there's one other player that another defenseman that I'm forgetting, and their defense wasn't super awesome to begin with. Not to mention the speed of the Golden Knights is quite evident. The Kings have a couple good players, fast players like Carter and Lewis and stuff, and Kempe to a lesser degree, but nothing like what the Golden Knights have. I think I predicted the Golden Knights would win this in 7. I was incorrect. I think it's probably going to be in 5 or 6. Bruins versus the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs are just going to need to get some defense. You cannot have Hainsey as your top in your top four at this stage of his career, and that's basically the biggest problem that they have there. Anderson was saving them all year long. He's not saving them right now, mostly because the Bruins, especially their top line, have just the sickest skill in the league as far as a line is concerned. I picked the Bruins to win in 5. It looks like I was pretty close there. Um, Lightning versus the Devils. I think I picked the Lightning to win this in 5, and it's simply the same issue that the Devils have had all year. But it was really, I don't know why they're not playing Schneider. Schneider's got to be injured, and he stopped 10 of 10 when they put him in. I'm sorry, Kincaid was the wrong pick here. Schneider did not play that horrible when he was playing or earlier on in the season. I hear people saying that he did, but he's got a terrible defense behind him. His confidence might have been a bit shaken, but I saw he was still playing with a lot of skill. And I know his numbers don't pan that out, but he wasn't playing that bad. Truth is, the Devils' defense is very young, and the veteran players are too old. Their coaching and goaltending was able to hide that all year long. The Lightning are totally obliterating that weakness in this series. Predators versus the Avalanche. You know, when I did this about this series, I said I really would love to see the Avalanche win. I don't know. There's something about that team you just gotta like. I guess it's maybe the underdog mentality, but I think it's McKinnon too. He's just a good guy, you know, and he's a great player. Plus, what they've gone through with Duchesne thing and being horrible last year, you're rooting for them. But the Nashville Predators are way too deep, forward and defensive wise. Their top 4 defense is the best in the league. Rene's playing well, and even if you had Varlamov, maybe you might win too, but they don't, and that's just not his name is escaping me now. The backup he played for Toronto Maple Leafs. Anyways, it's not good enough, and they're probably going to lose in 5. They might win 1. Sharks versus the Ducks. The Ducks just look brutal, and they've looked semi-brutal all year. I've mentioned this several times before. I've questioned the heart of Getzlaf after the last cup. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but Perry for sure has never looked. After the last cups, it seems like they've just kind of taken a breather and said, whoa, we did it, and that's it. I could be completely wrong about that, but they haven't looked good, and it shows for the whole team. They just don't have that they don't have that want and drive like they used to have anymore. The Sharks will probably take this in 5. That's basically my thoughts on each series right now. By the way, Jones has been playing very, very well. If he keeps on playing as well, the Sharks could surprise. But nobody's touching Winnipeg and Nashville. Whoever wins Winnipeg-Nashville series, I think it's going to be Winnipeg. Will go to the finals almost for sure. Same in the East. Tampa, Boston, and Columbus. Watch the Blue Jackets. They could beat any team. They have that kind of depth, that kind of coaching, and that kind of drive that Tortorella instills all year. Plus, you have Bobrovsky. I really would not doubt it if you saw them at least in the Eastern Finals. Well, that's my full 42%, boys and girls. That's all I have to give. It's everything I've got. I'm building another lube dispenser room. That's why I haven't been able to do videos this last little while. I'm not building. Of course, I'm paying people to build it. I wouldn't do something like that. That's gross. But it takes a lot of supervision, and it causes a lot of stress. So I'm needing to meditate, have extra naps throughout the day, and certainly I'm relying on my massage girls for sure. Well, boys and girls, have a great day. Stay well lubed. Hit the subscribe button and the bell so you can get your My NHL Pearls of Wisdom necklace, because everybody loves a pearl necklace. Have a great day. Lots of love to you.